Hello people! Today we're doing a set that I'm calling Autumn. Now this is primarily going to be a video of what not to do because I absolutely hate how this set came out. I know I could do so much better, but I'm gonna tell you what I would do differently if I had had the time to go in and redo this whole set like I wanted to. First off, I would have not used this brown. I would have used maybe a kind of a dark burgundy. I think would have looked nice. But we're going to carry on. As we go through here, I'm just going to tell you what I would do differently and change. These are medium length coffins in case you're wondering, which I have prepped already. I had such high hopes in my head for this set, and it just did not come out anything like what I wanted. So I really wanted to scrap them, but I had nothing else, and I didn't have anything else. I didn't have any time to do anything, even a quick set. So here we are. I didn't want to leave you with nothing this week, so we're going to muddle through. Now obviously I have sped this up to 2 times, as I usually do for the base coat and the top coats. I had high hopes with the cat eye for this, so needless to say it did not work out. Okay, we're almost done, then we're going to move on. Okay, we're going to cure these here in a second. Gee whizzers, what's happening with that? Okay, moving on. Oh no, we're not curing. Yeah, we did cure those. Okay, now we're going to be stamping some leaves on here. And I'm using these as I wanted these as my outline, so I saved me from having to try and paint leaves. So we're going to start off with that kind of maple leaf looking one. I think I'm using gold stamping polish for most of these. So far, so good. Everything was going okay up till, so far. And I'm only going to show you a couple of these because you've seen me do stamping enough that, you don't need to watch it a gazillion times. So I'm going to just go through here at the normal speed I would be going. Clean the excess stuff off of around there. There's a couple spots I can see that I missed. And then we're just going to go onto the nail with it. Boop, there we go. Now see, that looks nice so far. So far, things were going okay. I mean, I had a decent stamping day. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't the worst I've dealt with either. Just some of those days when you're doing stamping, I mean, some days it works beautifully. Other days it just does not want to work for nothing. So this was kind of a mediocre one. And we had one of those longer leaves on there. And going back again to that same maple leaf looking one. And there we go. Okay. Oh, now I'm going to do one more of these. I'm not going to show you all of these, but I guess we're still on to these right here. Now, as this is regular stamping polish, I'm doing my cleanup with acetone. Okay, moving to another plate. This one is an Uber Chic plate, and this one I chose because it has 2-step leaf designs on there. Sorry, you guys are looking at my nose there again. I try so hard not to get that in there. Firstly, okay, now we're switching to also this Born Pretty, this orange stamping polish. It's called Tulip Celebration. I'm going to start off by going with the Autumn, and I'm going to put this on the accent finger, which is going to be the ring finger. And now as you can see, the letters did not come out like fully formed, so we're going to deal with that later. And this is the first step for that leaf. You can see the second step right below it that has the veins and all that part. Now had I just left this color and then stamped the veins on, we would have been golden. But I decided, well, you'll see as we go. And if I were going to do this again differently, I would use either, I've got this orange stamping polish, I've also got yellow, red. I would use some of those and use that to stamp all my leaves with, or I would paint them in with some of those kind of fall leaf colors. Okay, now we're switching over to this Born Pretty one. It's got these other little leaves on here. These did not work out very well for me. You're going to see partly the reason why, but I had tried them with orange and the gold mixed, and it didn't want to pick up. The orange by itself didn't want to pick up. Now it looks like there's no polish on there, but once you stamp, pick it up, it's basically it's on there for the most part. Some of it's missing, which was a problem. I should have just stopped with this stamping plate, but I continued to use it. Sometimes when I get a design in my head, I just go with it, whether it's coming out good or not. When there's times, this set is a prime example of the times where I should have stopped and switched gears. Okay, so you can see the basic design of it is not clearly on there real well, but I could use it to paint over as a guide, which is essentially why I wanted them on there. Okay, here's where we are so far. Okay, and you don't need to cure anything since that's regular stamping polish. It's drying on its own, and it's probably dry already by then. Now here's where things started to go wrong. Okay, I had these cat eyes. These are just sample sizes that I had got a few years ago now when I wanted to play around with it, and I've barely used them, but I thought these two colors would be good for the fall leaves. This one's kind of a reddish coppery color one, which you'd think, okay, fall leaves, that's going to show up nice and look cool on there. And you would be wrong. As you'll be able to see as I'm painting this on, it just kind of just disappears. It didn't want to lay, it just wanted to keep like sucking back up into itself, basically. Even after I got it spread out through the whole leaf, it just wanted to keep going back all towards the middle. So the ones that I used this color with ended up being, they had like a big hump in the middle of them. Okay, anyways, I just was using these leaves I just stamped as a guide, as I said, which, okay, not the worst thing so far. But, and now I'm going to use the magnet just to get, I did do 2 coats of this too, believe it or not, but you weren't going to see the second coat. You're barely going to see this coat because, alright, now I've got the magnet. I'm going to, see, you can see the cat eye moving around, and when it shows up, you could see it, but most of the time, it didn't want to show up very well. But anyway, that's what we were left with after that one. Okay, so far not a total disaster. Okay, I'm moving on to this other color. This is the same brand, same sample size. This one was a little bit more green and kind of a gold green kind of, a little touch of kind of pink in there. Excuse me. I think I might have picked up a bug while I was gone on my trip. Alright, how would we still have my hand in there? I thought I edited that out. Alright, now I'm going to do the same thing on some of the other leaves, but with this greenish one. Now this one laid a little bit better. It still wanted to kind of glomp together in the middle, but it laid a little nicer, and it had a better cat eye look to it than the reddish one. Of course, I'm out of shot, so you can't see. Oh, here we go. I think this is the only one I'm going to show you with this. I didn't keep much of the video that I had done with the cat eyes because you can't see them in the end. It was kind of a pointless exercise, but there it is. Okay, then moving on. Now I've got the Beetles that I just used recently. This is the reddish colored one, reddish pinkish. I lastly used this with the Zen Garden ones. This one has a more definite cat eye look. It's a bit on the pink side, but I thought, you know, for fall leaves, they could be different colors. So I'm painting this one in. Oh, excuse me. And we're going to hit it with the magnet. Now these are more definite, you know, they stand out. You could really see them. And those are the only ones I think where the cat eye actually shows up at the end of this whole deal. Okay, I've done all the rest of them and cured them. Now we're moving on to the second step of these two-part stamps. The leaf veins. I'm going back to the golds for all of these, and we're just going to line that shape up with the one we already put on there. And on it goes. Now that will give us our leaf veins. And as you can see, you can't see the cat eye very well now that I've got that over the top of it. You could see it a little bit, but not like I wanted. Okay, and I'm going to go back. This one is not a two-step stamp. This is the regular stamp I used before, so I'm just going to use that again to get my veins back on my leaves. And this is, I think, the only one I'm going to show also, because as you'll see, I mean, it's working. It's doing the job it's supposed to do, but the cat eye doesn't show up, so it just looks like a blob of stuff. It doesn't have the look I wanted. I mean, I'm sure you guys can imagine what it would have looked like had it worked, had everything worked. It would have been really pretty, I think. But there it is with the veins on, and as you can see, no cat eye shows up through that one. The pinky one you can still see, but not the other one. So now this is the last one I think I'm going to show. Over stamping on the second layer to that one with the pink. That's it. Now we're moving on. Now this is the metallic paint, gel paint that I had gotten the last time I used with that last set that was supposed to be rose gold and it wasn't. So I thought, okay, I'm going to give it another chance. I'm going to give it a fair shot. So I opened up the gold one. I stirred it all up. You guys saw the color that it was. It looked kind of goldish. You can see it up there in the corner. It looks goldish. It's a dull gold, but it looked gold. Okay, I'm painting it on now. I'm just using it to outline these leaves that I didn't get the second level stamp onto. So they looked more leaf-like because they were looking rather blobby there. Now you can see as I'm painting it on, it kind of sort of looks gold, but then as we go along, you'll start to notice it's going to turn silver. So I think, was that the only one? Well, I guess I'm going to show you one more. I'm going to paint the outlines on this other bottom leaf. Now it should have been close to that same gold on the top leaf, but as you can see, it's going to be silver. So I have officially decided that this brand of these gel polishes or paints or whatever they're supposed to be is crap. If you guys run across this brand, don't waste your money on it. I know there are brands out there of metallic polishes that actually do look like they're supposed to. This is not one of them. So this is well, this is the second thing that started going really bad for me. After the cat eye didn't work out, then this wasn't working for me either. And like an idiot, I did not stop right here and go, okay, I'm going to have to switch gears. I just kept right on going until I did every single nail. Now I'm going to do the leaf veins. The only good thing I can say about this metallic polish is it allowed me to pull some really nice thin lines. That's about all it has going for it. So most likely I'm just going to end up throwing it out. But there it is. See, it's totally silver now. Doesn't look even the slightest bit gold at that point. And I stirred it up several times while I was doing all this. Okay, those are ready to cure. Now, like a fool, once again, instead of changing gears right here, I decided to go in. I wanted branches with leaves on them, like going in some of that negative space. So I went right on ahead with that metallic polish like an idiot. I don't know why I did this. I mean, I just had it in my head that that's what I was going to do, and I guess that's why I did, but let that be a lesson for you guys. If something is not working out, stop immediately and switch gears. Don't just keep going with it like I did. And also, I sat and painted these little branches with the leaves on every single nail with this stuff too. I kind of was going to leave it in the silver that it turned out to be. But you'll see I changed my mind later, and yeah, that is going to be another whole fiasco. Not to mention, this set took me 4 afternoons to do. Now, I am going to shave an hour off of my time for all the wasted stuff I did that ended up I had to go over it or do something different. So I believe it would take about 2 hours to do this set if I had done it in a way that came out looking like I wanted it to. I'm figuring about 2 hours. I think it took me 3 hours, but like I said, there's a lot of this that was wasted time. Could have been better spent doing it the proper way. But just imagine you're doing this with an actual metallic gold polish that is going to work like it's supposed to. I think it would have been pretty like that if the cat eye had also worked and, the whole 9 yards. This is the only nail I'm going to show you my painting these leaves on, these little branchy leaves, because there's no point in you seeing the rest of them. They're all going to be basically the same. I'm just filling in the negative space with them. Now see, when you look at that one, it almost has like a gold. I think what happens is the color pigment that's in there is like settling to the bottom of the layer of it. Even though it's just a thin layer painted on, it's like settling down into the bottom, and all the silvery bit is coming up to the top, and that's all you end up seeing. I don't understand it. Makes no sense to me. When it gets under my light the right way, you can see it's just totally silver. I mean, it kind of looks gold there, but then when you move the camera, it's just totally silver. This was not my neatest work at painting leaves on here like this either. I was already aggravated at that point. Once I get in that kind of mindset, if things are not going well, it kind of snowballs and just gets worse and worse. I'm just putting the little pointy bits on the end of the leaves in hopes that they're going to look more leaf-like instead of just blobby. Alright, now we're going to cure that. I'm pretty sure that's all I'm showing. Okay, now moving back in here, I have taken base coat and I have mixed in some orange chrome powder because the autumn wasn't showing up properly and some of the letters did not fully get on there. So I knew I was going to have to paint over them, so I decided to give this a shot to see if that would work with the chrome powder mixed in. And lo and behold, it actually did. So I'm going to go over the autumn with this. And this part actually worked out nicely, so this I was okay with. Where it really gets sloppy and ucky is after this. If those other ones were not such like a bright silver, I might have left them alone, but I couldn't handle them being silver mixed with gold on top of the brown. It just didn't go. It just was not going. But like I said, had I used a base of like a burgundy and had real color gold on all this stuff and did not use the cat eyes and painted my leaves in with, you know, fall leaf colors that would show up, I think it would have been a really nice set. As it is, not so much. I'm probably going to chuck these in the trash after I get done with this video because I can't stand them. Okay, there's the autumn. I'm going to cure it, and that is the one good thing about this set. Okay, now I decided, well, that worked so well for the autumn. I'm going to cover all those silvery leaves over. I'm going to mix the same stuff, but I'm going to use gold chrome powder. So that is what we're doing. I'm using a little bit of base coat. And we're going to mix in gold chrome powder this time. Now, instead of doing this, what I should have done was just painted over all those leaves with a no-wipe top coat, give it a half a cure, and then use the chrome powder, just rub on the top of the leaves. Then I would have a nice smooth gold chrome on the leaves instead of the like glittery look that we're going to end up with. And I think that might have been okay too, but this did not look good when I got done with it. Okay, it's too thin here now, so I need to add some more chrome powder. Now mind you guys, I don't think I've ever done this before, so I'm kind of winging it with this. This is another one of those sets where there's a lot of trial and error. A lot more error than trial, but okay, we're just going to put some more in here in hopes that it's going to thicken it up a bit. Just trying to get it all towards the middle so it's all going to be together. And eventually we're going to start painting here. Okay, now I'm just going to do this in a kind of a quick manner. Like I said, I was already so aggravated by this point. This is the fourth afternoon now. I could not get it to do nice thin lines either. And frankly, at that point, I didn't really care. I just wanted to get them done so they were something that I could have for my video. Got way too much on that one. My leaves did not get painted on with much care. I just kind of was slopping it over top, which obviously that shows in the finished product. But yeah, had I just painted these over with the top coat and then rubbed chrome powder on them, not only would it probably been a lot faster, but I would have got a better look. I would have got a gold metallic, like the leaves that are silver and smooth, shiny, I would have had that with gold, and that's what I really wanted in the first place. So I guess I was just on the kick of, well, it worked with the chrome powder when I painted over the autumn, so I'm going to do it over these. This is the only one I'm going to show you over painting on too, because you get the idea. You don't need to watch me do all of these. Everything was just coming out thick and bulky, and it did not look nice anymore, and it just, I hate them. I hate them, I hate them, I hate them. Needless to say, these are not going up on my website. Sometimes even the ones I don't like, I put on my website just because maybe I don't like them, but that maybe there's somebody out there who would like them. But these are just way too sloppy for me. I know I'm capable of doing much better work than this. In a couple of weeks, I know I've mentioned this before, but I'll be doing a craft show. So if you're in the Southern California area and you want to drive out to Fontana, I will be out there. I will be posting the flyer for it pretty soon. Probably I'll be on my Facebook page, Instagram, and on here. So if you're in that area, you want to come out, see me, talk nails, it'd be awesome. I will have some of my resin stuff out there. I will have one more craft show coming up in November that I will be at also, and that'll be the last time probably I'll have my nails at any of the shows. There we are so far. Now we're going to cure those. And we are ready for the final top coat. Now, I did do 2 layers of top coat on these. I'm only going to show one. I did have my top coat split in a couple of places that I did not see before they went in the lamp. And so I had to do the second coat to clean those up. But you can see as you're looking kind of at a side angle on some of those darker looking leaves, they're real bumpy. They have like a hump in the middle because the cat eye, just like I said, wanted to suck all towards the middle into there and not spread out thinly. But you can't really, you can sort of kind of see the cat eye if you look at it just right and you know that it's there and you're looking for it, but if you don't, you're not going to notice it. Maybe a little bit on those pinky looking leaves, but not the rest of them. Now next time I will be doing my own nails again, which seems like I just did them, but it's already time again. And I will be doing my first Halloween set. And once again, I'm going to make an attempt to use cat eye. So I'm obsessed with this stuff, and I swear to God, I'm going to get it to come out looking good some way, somehow. So you'll have to stay tuned to see if I can pull it off on my own nails, because if I can't, I'm going to be in big trouble, because I have no second plan. And we're coming up on this last guy here, that pinky nail. Okay, there we go. We'll throw those into cure, and there's the finished set, such as it is. I don't like it, but if you like it, I'd appreciate the like anyway. I'll take a pity like at this point. Anyway, I will have a new video for you next Saturday, as always, so stay tuned for that. I guarantee you it will be better looking than this one. Okay, take care, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.